Welcome everybody. It's Lyko and Lawton again on this beautiful night. It is April 12th at about 8:30. Cup of chaga. Say hi. Wish I could be cheersing with you guys right now. I actually put together a really nice video for you everybody tonight, just because I had no kids. My kids actually went to Phoenix for the weekend, so I have 3 days off right now. And I was able to put together a really cool video. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know. I'm still growing my channel. I'm getting a little better at everything. I'm learning with you guys, and I'm glad to have you here on my adventures and to document everything that is going on in the world, because I think it is a very important time for not just any one particular thing. So 30% tax on crypto in India, that's a little rough. That's like capital gains tax, you guys. That's not even very cool at all. I kind of want to start here. The Weimar Republic, 1918 to 1929. And basically what this is it's a hyperinflation kind of situation where things kind of went out of control. But this happened, and I was reading through this. Look at the price of bread right here. Just like does like a Elon Musk skyrocket. But check this out. I want to just show you guys. So the hyperinflation winners. So between the years of 1921 and to 1923, it got really bad in Germany. And basically hyperinflation is the death of democracy, and the Fed and the central banks are fighting inflation because when inflation gets out of control, then the price of bread goes through the roof, and everybody starts eating each other. Not eating each other if they don't have to eat each other, but basically, so the prices ran out of control. Example, a loaf of bread, which cost 250 marks in January 1929, had risen to 200 million marks in 1923, okay, in November. So that last year, it's the last year that really gets crazy. So it goes up and down, up and down. Inflation just hit 8.9% today, you guys, on the CPI. So the last time they had to combat inflation with raising interest rates. So there's only two ways out of this whole thing. It's a hyperinflationary depression or a deflationary recession. And I really like the way those are not my words, but I agree with the statement. So there's basically only two ways out of this. So the hyperinflation winners. So where do you guys want to be? Do you guys want to be in the winners camp or the losers camp of this whole situation? Okay. So I wanted to bring this to you. So the inflation winners, okay, it's the borrowers actually, right? So it's the people that are spending all the money, being reckless with their credit cards, going out and just buying everything, land, gold, Bitcoin, just put it as if you can put credit on, put it on credit, because what happens is landowners, businessmen, borrowers, and those who had mortgages found they were easily able to pay back their loans with worthless money, right? So if you have a debt in a hyperinflation scenario, you can pay that debt off, right? So that's kind of where I want you guys to be the winners. I don't want you to be the losers. So who else was the winners? Okay, people on wages that were relatively safe because they're renegotiated their wages every day. However, even if their wages eventually failed to keep up with the prices, I wouldn't try to do that particular one. Try to negotiate daily wage raises. That just sounds bad. The other way to do it is to develop a product. I know that you guys, there's basically two ways out. There's to start businesses, sell a product. If you sell a product and you have inflation going on, then you can pass that price down to the consumers. So the other people that were winners were the farmers that coped well since the products remained in demand and they received more money for them as the prices sprawled or spiraled. Yeah, so the farmers actually did good. So because their food just went through the roof, right? So any farmer that was worth a grain of salt, uh, you know, and could make their bread, right? So if you can have natural skills, have a farm, if you can't have a farm, grow as much food as you can. I want to. Okay, so let's go back to the losers. Okay, so I talked about the winners because that's what I wanted to talk about, but let's talk about like the losers. Okay, the people that completely lost their shit, or excuse me, I don't think I could say that, but completely lost their ass on this whole situation, where people on fixed income, like students, pensioners, or the sick, found their incomes did not keep up with prices. People with savings who had lent out money, for example, to the government and were badly hit as their money became worthless. So if you're on fixed incomes, I would suggest that you start to venture out and start getting that side hustle going, start doing something that you guys are passionate about, and then ultimately try to get a product, because the only way out of this thing is a hyperinflationary depression or a deflationary recession. And so are they going to stop printing? I don't think they're going to stop printing. Silver markets, we are, I'm not going to talk about silver right now. I guess the silver is kind of boring right now. It kind of gapped up and then kind of gapped back down. And I'm waiting for this thing to pop, and once it pops, it's just going to pop. So it's going to pull a Dogecoin here. I really want to talk about radio Doge today. Before I get into the charts, there was this really cool thing. My buddy JB's talked about. He wanted me to convey that this radio Doge is actually a low-cost radio technology combined with global Starlink. So Radio Doge is hooking up with Elon and Starlink to provide a coin based on radio frequencies, so that you don't need to have you can have a network without having the internet, direct internet access. So you can just send it over radio waves. It's a really cool idea. I'm not sure. I mean, I know that a lot of people hack radio signals. That was like a really big thing, and having, walkie-talkies are very easily, just listen in. So I'm not sure how secure this whole thing is. I don't know how they're going to secure it. But it's a really cool idea to be able to send money on a network like that. I'm not so sure if I would actually want to send money to that. This is just a really cool coin, silver coin, with the Doge doggy dog. I like that. I like it a lot. It's new. It's like $200, but it's a little too much for a silver coin. But maybe some of you Dogecoiners will would like some. I personally have both dogs in the fight. I really love Shiba and I really like Doge. So I don't see. I like to breed my dogs, not fight them. Make little puppies aside. Who doesn't like puppies, right? Like, who doesn't? I want Shiba and Doge to have a little puppy and like run around. But Shiba got listed on Robinhood today. It's a pretty big thing. There's a lot of haters out there on the Doge side of things because they feel like they got violated. And it's actually a pretty big thing because Robinhood has not released a coin for as long as 5 years, 6 years. They have not even put any coins. They haven't pulled a Coinbase on us yet. And now we are on Robinhood. So I have a pretty heavy position in Shiba right now. So that'll be interesting. As also, Shib's got just their metaverse that they're working on right now, and I can talk to you guys a little bit about this. I am going to be trying to purchase some Shibaverse. So it's a very high risk play. I would not recommend everybody to try to buy some Shibaverse, or Shib the metaverse is what they're calling it. I really like Shibaverse. I think that's probably a better situation. I'm still waiting. I locked my. So let's just go there. I'll just show you what I'm dealing with. They haven't actually released. I'm just they haven't actually released the land yet, but I locked my leash up. I'm on Safari right now, so I can't pull up my MetaMask or anything on Chrome. So, anyway, this is a very interesting project. I have a play right now. Just to let you guys know, I locked up some leash, only like 0.5 leash or whatever. And to get access to 5 lands, I get five of 200 max lands. And as soon as they release this metaverse, if it's anything like Decentraland or Maddox metaverse, or I don't know if it's Maddox, but there's like a couple other metaverses that have gotten launched. But ultimately, I think what's going to happen is the metaverses are going to be linked together. And it doesn't really matter which metaverse that you get a little stake in. It's preferred if you get a top 20 coin, and Shib is the most popular of the metaverses right now. So the play right now is drop like an ETH on some diamond property, and flip that NFT for $1 million. I'm going for $1 million. I don't know if I just like might as well go big. I want to buy 2 so I can keep one and then like flip one, but that's my play right now. You guys want to try to copy that situation? I wouldn't. This is not financial advice. This is probably where I should say this is not financial advice. Do not trust a little cartoon dog or a dude on the internet. Okay. So anyways, that's what I'm thinking about right now. It's kind of like how much ETH are you really willing to bet for a piece of virtual property, right? And they've already pushed this sale out like 2 days, so it's kind of getting like a little sketchy, like as far as. But they keep. I think the developers are pretty. They want this thing to succeed, so we will see where this goes. I am going to try. I will let you guys know if it works out for me or not. I'm contemplating not bypassing this first initial bidding event right here and actually going for this hodlers event, because I can just buy at some set price instead of having to like bid on like the first of the first, right? I just want to get my diamond property and not have to like spend like 10 ETH to like get that, right? So anyways, you guys want to jump into the charts right now? It's probably warranted. The DXY on. I will turn on everything right now. Turn you guys on. Hope you appreciate it. This is the full Monty, I call it. I don't know what I should call it, but it was my full set of indicators that I like to give to you guys. This is the dollar. So we are getting into this red area, as you can see on the 4-hour. We'll go to the daily on the dollar. We're getting this deep red area right now. And it doesn't really do this much, right? So you have both things going on. You have it's starting to creep up here. So we really are overbought on the dollar. So as currencies fail, people go to the world reserve currency. We've never had a world reserve currency fail. That's never been a thing. It's always been like a country or province. The Roman Empire, I guess you could say, is the biggest empire to ever be. And lead poisoning and other things I think contributed to the fall of the Roman Empire and the rise of, I think it was the Mongol horde that took over the Rome. But anyways, dollar is getting it's starting to get overheated right now, and I think it's going to come up here, bump its head on, kind of do one of these things. I'll just kind of draw this over here. It's going to do something like that. Maybe not go backwards, but something like that. It's going to go hit its head and then go that way. So I think that's what's happening on the dollar. The Dow Jones right now Let's talk about the Dow Jones. This thing's in, it's starting to fall back into its little, I haven't, you guys, I'm looking at the charts right now to get together with you for the first time today. So I'm going to draw this thing a little bit different. I'll adjust that line a little bit. Adjust this. I don't know if it's going to do that or that. It basically is your two, options. Maybe it'll do, something similar to that for down. I guess that doesn't have to be exactly the same thing. Not that one. Draw a little bit better. I think it might do like, come down, touch, and then come up. Break out, then break out, right? That's how that's how the chart works, right? So it looks like a descending wedge, which is a bullish formation. So the Dow Jones is in a kind of a bullish formation, even though right now we're setting lower highs. So that is bearish. So that's your bearish sign, and you do have a sell on the daily. Let's get into Bitcoin. I just love Bitcoin. You guys, the Bitcoin, you have to love Bitcoin, even if, and I encourage everybody to own some Bitcoin. It is the king ding-a-ling. It is the what do they call it? The golden goose, or it's the honey pot. It's the honey pot, right? If you really zoom out on this thing, tell me that this is not the honey pot, okay? Tell me that. I'm gonna turn some of this stuff off. I'll turn some of this off again. Turn it off. There's the other one. Okay, there you go. It's off. Tell me that this is not the honeypot, you guys. Come on. Really? It's just going up. I mean, just hold it. What other thing is based on math and logic and is a protocol that nobody else controls, right? It's fair. It's a fair thing to invest in. Litecoin. Let's go into technicals. You guys know I'm a sucker for Litecoin. Litecoin Loudon's a sucker for Litecoin. I'm not married to Litecoin. I mean, I don't think I can get married to Litecoin. I'm pretty sure. I'm already married, but 15 sell, 7 neutral, and 4 buy on the daily. So we're in a sell, right? Well, that's I mean, honestly, I really love the dumpy days because it makes it worth it, right? Because if you buy down low here, you sell high, and you limit your risk if the RSI right here, you got your go-go juice. Your go-go juice is way oversold, right? So you're in oversold territory. You already dipped your little wick into the oversold territory here, and it's just so much safer. Right? It's so much safer down here. I mean, yeah, I can go down a little bit lower, but look at how much room you have to run. Look how beautiful. This is on the daily too, like Litecoin on the daily, right? You guys buy when it's oversold, okay? Sell when it's up here, buy when it's down here. This is buy time. Everything looks great for buy. This is when we're bottom feeding. And you accumulate. If you believe in something at this point in time, you accumulate. I'm looking at ETH on the RSI. We still have a little bit of ways to get into the oversold territory here. So maybe it'll do something like this, right? Maybe it'll come down here and it'll come spike down here and come back eventually. It'll come back up. So this is ETH. ETH 2.0 is probably coming around the block here pretty soon. The other thing is let's look at Doge's. Doge's got a little bit more ways to go here, and so it's like really neutral on the RSI on the daily. So this thing has to pick a direction if we're going to go back up, or if we're gonna do something like this. This is a really bullish formation on the daily. This is the RSI on the daily, guys. So, and this is the last buy indicator right here, or actually here we go. So here's the last buy indicator. All right, so we have this huge this red. This is how you read this chart. So the bigger the red area, and then when that buy signal comes on, that is an amazing time to buy. And what is that time? It's August 5th, 2021. So August 5th, 2021. It's like, well, I mean, I guess it wasn't that good of a buy opportunity, right? Well, I mean, if this thing pops off and goes up to $1.25, which that's probably where Doge is going. When this thing breaks out, you guys, this thing's gonna break it. This is what I got the chart at. It's like way up here. It's like $1.06. So it could go even bigger. But I think that's the next stop for Dogecoin. I would say probably Doge one, around Doge one launch sequence initiated. I was a betting man. That's probably around where I would expect Dogecoin to launch. You guys take some profits. You know, I encourage you to take profits. If you're going to hold something that's as volatile as Dogecoin or Litecoin, or any crypto really, that's like a stable coin, but you know, anything, you got to learn how to trade this, because you got to take some profits so you can buy more, because that's ultimately the goal, right? I want to buy more Litecoin and more Bitcoin and more ETH, and I want to buy more Shiba for sure. And I want to buy this stuff. So, you know, I only have so much money, right? So if I buy or sell up here, sell just a little bit, because I don't know, this thing might spike up, and you got to have your like hodl moon bags in place, right? So this is Digibyte on the daily. I really love Digi. This is like probably the most decentralized coin in existence. So that's why I'm covering it. I do what I want. I do what I want to do. So I hope you guys appreciate what I want to do, because that's what I want to do. But I do this for you ultimately. And you know, there's nobody paying me for doing some charting for you guys. That's way too much. Way too much. Sorry about that. This is on the daily. So Digimite looks like it's kind of in this channel right now. I mean, it fell out of it. But it's kind of in this sideways choppiness. It's just kind of a sideways choppy zone here. But I would expect that this is going to break with the entire market. So that's what I would expect. We'll watch Bitcoin for Digibyte's lead. You know, the other thing was a coin like this is that, you know, one entity can come in and just be like, oh, you know what, that's a great project, I'm going to go spend $1 billion on that. Right? So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to actually talk about GameStop right now. I really like the meme stocks. I love the cults and the gathering. You know, maybe, I don't know why, I just like to invest in cult coins and memes and all the good stuff. It makes investing fun. And it's ridiculous rewarding. You have one winner out of the whole thing. Like, you know, you pull a GameStop here, and it makes up for everything else. So GameStop's still in this channel, you guys. It kind of bumped its head. Literally, I haven't redrawn this line at all. So it just kind of bumped its head seriously, like on this resistance zone. And it is a bullish formation, a downward descending. I mean, if it goes on too long, then it becomes not as, that's where I got this flagpole right here. So that was like, oh, well, then it might break out here. And if it does break out, it's going pretty high, Willie. It's going up there like $1,000 GameStop, which, you know, it's probably, if they bought a bunch of Shiba Inu, then that's probably where their stock's going to go. So people have to diversify, think outside the box right now, and, you know, protect your assets. The hood rat, you know, let's see what them listing 4 coins did. Oh, we do got a little Doge on the daily here. So keep this. It is holding this line really nice. So this is actually showing strength, you guys. This is showing strength. So this is like, hey, we listed four coins, but we didn't do it in the first quarter for some reason. But we're going to wait till the second quarter when everybody's spent all their money, and then we're going to launch our 4 coins. So you got to laugh, you guys. That's because that's, you know, try to not be the herd, you know, try to be, you know, the contrarian at times. So buy now. These are times to buy when things are depressed and people aren't talking about it. When they have these like little dips. Shib still has to break out of this formation right here. So we're still in this like macro triangle. We haven't broken out yet. This is I'm not really even sure how to measure this because there's not really such a weird. I'm not even sure how to measure this. If I was probably going to measure this, I think it would just be like the breakout is just going to be the it'd probably be like right here. So this is the first stop. I think this is how you're supposed to chart this. So the next stop is like 43 if you're going to break out of this thing. But it's been going on for so long that who knows? This might be like a big squeeze and just have a blast off and test all-time new highs. So everything's looking nice for cryptos for bottoming and from the bullish perspective. Even when things are depressed, a $40,000 Bitcoin, guys, if this thing goes to $1 million in 4 years, which is super possible, it's either going to be $1 million or zero. Then buying at 40,000, are you going to feel bad? Right. So those are the questions you got to ask yourself. This is not financial advice. You guys be safe out there. Sorry this video went long. I just had no kids and no interruptions, and I just wanted to talk to you guys. I haven't seen you guys in a while. It's been out there in a while. So cheers, cup of chaga, Lyco and Lawton out.